With Ebola in the news lately, many consumers are concerned about a potential healthcare crisis. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the YouTube channel of Michael J. Swanson. Michael is the author of How David Beats Goliath and is the CEO of Advocate Capital. And now, here's Michael.
Hi, I'm Mike Swanson. Joining us today from Washington State is expert attorney Eric Fong. And Eric tries quite a few number of cases involving medical malpractice, and that's in the news a lot lately, especially with the Ebola scare, and standard of care is always a question. And I've asked him to join us here today to shed some light on that very important topic. Eric, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Good, always good to talk to you. So this whole Ebola scare has got a lot of questions going around. There's a lot of questions about medical malpractice, and you told me about a case recently that you've had that involved that. Can you share that with us?
Well, yeah. It's unfortunately we're seeing a lot of the stuff all too often. I think there's a real crisis that is going on, not just with the Ebola is bringing it to our attention because the consequences can be so catastrophic at a social level. But, at an individual level in the communities across this country, I think there's a real crisis that's going on in the healthcare system. And, how it is that we got to this point, the evolution of medicine and the hospital setting and, the corporations that are putting these things together, how we got to where we are is a complex question. But I think what we do know is that if something like this can happen with a disease like Ebola, where the medical care breaks down, I think it makes it pretty easy to understand how it could happen to, Joe Smith, who walks into the hospital and gets hurt.
Right. So, we have to be ever vigilant. I've had loved ones in the hospital, and I'm really on kind of not pins and needles, but really paying attention because medical mistakes are fairly prevalent from what I understand.
The incidences of it are pretty prevalent. I think the numbers are actually staggering. I'm sorry I don't have them with me as far as how often it occurs, but yeah, I don't think it's any secret that there are some people who are going in to hospitals and they're actually, they go in for help and they come out in a worse condition because of errors that are happening in the healthcare system.
Right. Well, if someone had a question for you about these kinds of matters and wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Call me, email me. I'd like to think, and I take pride in being responsive to anyone. That's what I'm here for, is to help folks.
We'll get that number and email address and put those on YouTube below this video so folks can contact you, because I know that you believe in giving back to your community in many ways, but one of them is just by educating people.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks so much for taking time with us today, Eric. It's great to speak with you.
Pleasure.
Thanks for watching. Send your questions or comments to Michael at mike@howdavidbeatsgoliath.com.